Hi guys, weekly Airdrop Alpha starting 5 seconds ago. So we'll be talking a little bit about Fantom Opera, how it's changing and rebranding to Sonic, and with a massive airdrop coming this December. Some Hyperlane news and updates, the fact that Galxe is building their own blockchain, many news regarding Ton because biggest perp DEX is launching their token this month, and many more. But first of all, most important news, very time sensitive. We're going to be doing a whole Bitcoin update in the next video. However, this time I have to tell you that until this Wednesday, so until October 9th, you have time to get some more exposure to Bitcoin staking with Lombard. They're going to give you double the points program, their Lux, if you stake with Babylon on Lombard until this Wednesday. And you have to hold it for 21 days in DeFi or just in your wallet. On topic of time sensitivity, if you're still staking mode tokens, make sure to claim your OP rewards on a weekly basis, and the process is very straightforward. You just need to go to Hedgy Finance. This is the one that you use for many multiple airdrop claims, and get your wallet connected where you stake your tokens. For me personally, it's not a huge amount, so I'm honestly not doing this every week, because last time they had this functionality, I did it every week, and then in the last week, they said you have 1 week to claim all past weeks combined. So hopefully they add this functionality again, but if not, then whatever. If you're staking a large amount, definitely claim on a weekly basis. Now, if you want to stay up to date with everything, we always have all of these topics discussed in our Discord. We have, of course, a topic reserved for airdrop distribution where we discuss the most important token claims. There's also space for beginner questions and all general airdrops, but primarily the biggest resource is this specific channel base where you can find exactly the airdrop that you're farming and discuss it with a group of serious DeFi degens on all things that is related to airdrops, DeFi, crypto. So, of course, the BRC ecosystem is the most explosive one. We'll talk about that in the next video. But if this is something that interests you, make sure to check the subscriptions page where you will find everything and all the information. All the links are always in the first link of the description of every video. Finally, don't forget about the passive income NFT. Today is October 7th, so you will be getting your rewards for the first month. And if you join, that's 10% passive income monthly coming from real yield in DeFi farming by our wizard, Chris. Now, moving into Sonic updates. As you know, Sonic is previously known as Fantom, and people sometimes use it interchangeably with Opera because Opera is the smart contract platform used to build this whole thing. So they're launching their deflationary airdrop. It's going to come around December or a little bit later because they're launching Sonic as a high throughput layer on blockchain with its native token S exactly this September. There's going to be a complimentary 200 million S token airdrop. So we don't really know exactly what's the amount of dollar value that this is going to be, but if it's going to be any similar to Fantom's current price, it's going to be a very good airdrop. Now, it's going to be a deflationary mechanism for this airdrop, and it is more in detail explained here. Of course, supply is going to be reduced through token burns, and of course, there's also going to be some kind of active engagement for participating in the ecosystem. And considering that Fantom is not really talked about too much these days, or Sonic for that matter, and the fact that when Andrew Caronia wakes up one day and says, "Oh, I'm going to build on Fantom again," its price can really explode. So all jokes aside, it is actually very fast, good blockchain. So perhaps it's not something that you should fake. Of course, there's also going to be this interesting part called speculative opportunities, which means that the vested part of your airdrop is actually going to be tradable as an ERC 1155 token. So this will actually help you perhaps monetize your vested amount or help you to capitalize if you buy it at a lower price. When it actually becomes cash-inable, if that's a word, this could be a very good opportunity as well. Now, regarding how you can actually qualify for the airdrop, you can do so in two ways. So if you're already participating in Fantom as a blockchain, for example, you might get a reward, for example, for just, imagine you have staked or participated using layer 0 to farm layer 0 on Stargate. Let's say you put a couple $100 in stable coins using Stargate Finance on Fantom. So this is like miscellaneous Opera protocol usage and participation. crazy. But yeah, most importantly, it's going to be liquidity providing in the past, of course. Then if you were a historical validator or delegator, if you were hit by the multi-chain exploit that was like over a year ago, but if it was on Fantom, then you might get some airdrop for this. But yeah, there's many different criteria for past usage of the Fantom blockchain. Also, they're trying to incentivize people to get to Sonic as well, which means that once the blockchain goes live, you will be able to potentially get some liquidity provision rewards, so classic stuff. However, there's also going to be, of course, active participation, so this is going to be potentially important. However, this part is also something that a lot of people won't do: verified contract deployers with high gas consumption. So once the blockchain goes live, probably being active in the early stages, like for example, when we were active on Scroll, you were gotten the early adopter for Scroll, right? So yeah, as soon as blockchain goes live, make sure to be an active user. But if you want to qualify now, deploy some assets on Fantom, if still possible, across many different dApps. Last thing you can do for Sonic is this Sonic Arcade, which is branded as a digital playground that features 3 play-to-earn games. These are currently Plinko, something called Mines, which is very similar to the old school Minesweeper, and something that looks like a roulette. Either way, these 3 games will be participating to give you points for the upcoming airdrop. Unfortunately, currently they are in maintenance mode. So yes, hopefully by the time you're watching this video or sometimes in the future, this will actually become, again, workable. Regarding Galaxy tasks for Sonic, we actually have some huge news for Galaxy, but this connects very nicely. They also have a Road to Sonic series where you can do some on-chain activities already now by simply bridging using Wormhole to send 50 USDC from Ethereum to Fantom. You can just create some of these S4 Kingdom Hero somethings and then other social activities, as well as holding 100 S Fantom X. So yes, these activities are all great, but again, for Galaxy tasks itself, they are not very highly participated in, currently only about 20,000 users, so this just amplifies the reason to participate in Sonic airdrops. Now, on topic of Galaxy, I don't know how many people know this, but they've actually launched their own blockchain called Gravity Chain. And of course, this simplifies the user experience significantly, and it's in alpha mainnet phase right now. But the reason why we should even care is because it is built using Arbitrum Nitro, and it is harnessing the combined capabilities of Conduit and Celestia. So Conduit is a huge rollup deployer with over $1 billion in total value locked. I mean, total $1 billion in chains that have total value locked that are built using Conduit, and Celestia is probably the future. So Arbitrum Nitro, Arbitrum is going to have multiple rounds of airdrops. Celestia, of course, is incredible, and Conduit has raised huge amounts from the likes of Paradigm. So this is a huge news. Well, not really news since it's from August 20th, but it is a great thing to direct your attention towards, because probably it is finally time to stop fading Galaxy tasks. Now, regarding the whole upgrade itself, TLDR is that, of course, we're going to have fully on-chain questing, which will make the whole experience much easier, because you don't have to worry about which chain the quest is actually on. We will be using simply Gravity Chain. And of course, this was introduced already with Smart Savings, as mentioned before, but this will just make things so much more easier. They will also have G token, of course, which was rebranded from Galaxy token, from Gal token, and it's going to have some utility as well. But the one that you want to really focus on is this incentivizing growth part. If you put your hopium glasses on, it might be some future airdrop as well. Now, in all reality, in all seriousness, what we can look forward to in the future is there's going to be added utility for DeFi, with liquid staking in DeFi utility, so that's great. And of course, they have the Galaxy Passport, which will actually simplify its usage significantly. And this might actually be the go-to KYC platform for future airdrops as well. Now, the best thing, of course, is how to get to Gravity. It is integrated with Jumper Exchange, which is honestly one of my favorite bridges for a while now. So you can simply bridge any asset from any chain to get your assets on Gravity, to get some G. And on topic of bridges, we also have news from Hyperlane. Of course, the token is announced and it is coming, but the snapshot is not yet taken. So every time we get a question, oh, is it too late to start farming Hyperlane? Until the snapshot is taken, please farm, keep pressing the buttons, because it is probably the last big interoperability project that is going to give a significant airdrop, if we're looking at past results with Wormhole and similar. Now, so the news is actually that the Solana is also now added. They keep adding new chains, but of course now if you need to bridge in and out of Solana, you don't have to use Mayan or some other centralized exchange. Now you can also use Nexus, which is at this point considered like a native bridge for Hyperlane because it is the first project that was built using Hyperlane technology. And on the topic of bridges continuing, we have news from Bungee that they're actually going to be having an airdrop sooner rather than later. This one we talked about quadrillion times already. Socket protocol is one of those solutions that might really deliver. And the most important thing is that they're adding something called balls to their whole airdrop campaign, and you simply have to connect your wallet and you need to add an email, and you can claim some balls already now for your past activities. And in the future, of course, there's going to be more ways to generate these things. And finally, if you stick out till the end, the best alpha is reserved for you. Telegram, of course, the Ton ecosystem is the one we've talked quadrillion times already. I do believe that is going to have its Solana moment. When Zeta dropped last year, everybody started figuring out that Solana is the place to be. Believe that Telegram is the one that's going to be next. So Stormtrade is a perp dex on Ton. It is finally launching its token, and it's coming actually in October. You can still qualify and participate if you're a trader or if you just want to farm a perpetual dex, which is probably very underfarmed. You still have a couple more days to participate. Basically, if you just use a trade, use the platform, or basically you can provide liquidity. If you don't want to trade, you will be getting points for their airdrop either way. And considering how the UI is somewhat questionable, it might not have as many users, and that is the golden formula. If you can farm an underfarmed project and you can do so before the masses, this is the golden recipe for success. So yeah, Stormtrade is definitely one of those perp dexes on Ton, and I'm really looking forward to making a complete Telegram update video, because 1 billion users and more of the world being involved with crypto, it is a very, very, very straightforward way to look at it and to realize that this might be the trend. And that's a wrap for all the news and updates for today. Expect huge Bitcoin updates in the next couple of days, but for now, if you like the content, make sure to like and subscribe with bell notifications on. If you're serious about crypto, we're waiting for you in our Discord, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, have an amazing day.